Good morning. Good morning. It didn't want to work for me this morning, but we fought through. Let's get me some chat up. Boom. There we go. Oh man, I gotta log in. I don't know my login. Who knows they logins? Dude. If I get this first try, this is amazing. Who gets logins? Nope, not first try. Second try. Second try. All right, I'm here. Who's here with me? What's up, ignorant thinker? Hit me up on Instagram, ignorant thinkers. Hit me up on Instagram at Shango Live. That's the only social media that I really respond to on a regular basis. Good morning, Big Greer. Tank for Sanders or Genty. What are we gonna talk about for the? What's up, Calvin? What are we gonna talk about for the next 3 months? We're done really early. We still have what is a 0.01% chance of making the playoffs, but yeah, I was just thinking we would be a little bit better in that Eagles game, and to be honest, you take away Zeke's fumble at the 1 yard line, which is atrocious. You take away that touchdown that would have been a touchdown if there was some curtains over the over the sun. Just those two things, and it would have been for sure a closer game. It would have been a much different game for sure if Zeke didn't fumble at the 1 yard line and we'd dropped the ball because of the sun that was completely catchable. Even with Cooper Rush's 45 yards, that would have been 51 yards and a touchdown. So, I mean, I still don't... this is just the worst season. What's up, Mean Mugs? What's up, C? That's what I said, yo, mom. But there's still, and that's what I was trying to say. That the rest of our season, like for instance, the Texans game, right now doesn't look as serious. It's probably our toughest game that we have them and the Commanders left, if I'm not missing anybody. But the Texans now don't look as scary as the Texans did at the beginning of the season. They're just not. They're not in that groove just yet. So they're a team that was. If we were healthy, then we had a. If we were healthy, we would have had a chance last week with the Eagles. If we were healthy, we'd have had a chance versus the Texans. That's why I was keeping not hope alive, because I had no hope for the season, but I knew we would be in it for a good long while if we stayed healthy. But we never stayed healthy. Good morning, Sergio. What's up, Sadika? Hershey, what do you think we was gonna do? Come in and beat you with Cooper Rush and a ragtag roster? Come on, man. We don't feel that. We laugh at you right now. Yeah, good job, Eagles. You beat the Browns. Yeah, they did impress me last week a lot. The Steelers aren't. They're a borderline good team. You got to know we beat the Steelers, so they're not that great. But seeing Washington hang with them too was kind of impressive as well. I'm a little scared of them now. It took a while for me to get here. And our situation, man, ain't you glad we not in the same situation as the Giants? Couldn't you imagine being a Giants fan right now? That's what they're talking about right now. Should the Giants move on from Brian Daboll and Daniel Jones? How messed up is that organization to get rid of Saquon Barkley? And Saquon Barkley literally has made the Philadelphia Eagles this year. And then they have just like plummeted. At least we have a quarterback, we have a wide receiver, and we have a pass rush right now. We have those three elements that we can build on in the future. The Giants ain't got nobody. They got a rookie receiver that they hope will be something really. So what are we going to talk about for the next? What are we going to talk about for the next 3 months until free agency starts? But I know once free agency starts, we're going to know every offensive lineman that's available. We're going to know all the wide receiver twos that are available. We'll know all the running backs that are available. We'll know all the defensive linemen that are available. We're gonna know pretty much every player. Safeties. We're gonna really be looking at all the safeties in free agency and the draft. So we have a lot of positions to like. Usually when a team is like retooling or whatever, we will study all the wide receivers because we need some wide receivers, or we'll study offensive line because the line is leaky. Not with the Cowboys. The Cowboys need a little bit of everything. Jeremiah, if I had a boot button, I would boot you immediately. With Kellen, he said Kellen Moore, new head coach. If Kellen, that might cause me to leave. If Kellen Moore is hired as our new head coach, that would be like the thing that just like tells me like this Cowboys thing isn't for you, sir. I have no problem with Micah's comments. If Micah wants to do a podcast, then Micah can't get upset about stuff like this happening, because especially during controversial times with the Dallas Cowboys, they will pick apart everything you say. Media will put their narrative on what you said in such an aggressive fashion that their narrative will take over everything, because the media is in control of the fan base and the people. So when the media just says it happened like this, then you just got to move on and deal with it. I knew what Micah was talking about. He wasn't throwing Micah. He wasn't being disrespectful, in my opinion. He was just like saying who he felt sorry for, and it just felt like it was coming from a player position. Like the players do, and this player has been here so long, and I want to help out my fellow players and all this kind of stuff. It exactly. Hey, Kathy, they twist everything for their monetary gain, and right now they're struggling. Like this morning, they're talking about the Cowboys. They have to figure something out to talk about the Cowboys. Like today, it was all over about Deion Sanders. It's Deion Sanders coming to the Cowboys. That's so far away. That a decision of Deion Sanders coming to the Cowboys, that is so far away. It's not even, but to actually have airtime so you can talk about it, that's the thing. So with Micah having his own podcast, Micah is going to be saying anything. And well, if KM knows where the sun is at, he would be better than everybody else in the organization so far, Sadiqa. But like I said, bringing Kellen Moore back would be the straw that broke the cow, because then not only would we be hiring a coach that I have zero belief in whatsoever, we would be bringing back the same offense. And while I'm saying it right now, I can see Jerry saying we're going to bring the same offense back for Dak Prescott. Don't that make sense? Man, who said that? I'm going to boot him. Bring Kellen Moore up in my chat again. I'm telling you. This kind of season is the media's worst nightmare. Yep. Hey, what's up, Michael Barish? They're doing the same thing as I did this morning when I sat down here. I'm like, wow, what are we going to talk about for the next 3 months until the Super Bowl? You know what? I don't mind Vrabel because I think we need to worry about offense. Yeah, I guess we do because the offense is looking really terrible right now. But, I mean, we just got to worry about offense first as far as getting players on offense. And I think once we get players on offense, our offense will be fine because we have a quarterback and we have a wide receiver one and we have a couple of pieces on the offensive line. Maybe one piece on the offensive line. Exactly. Just bring out Michael Barris. Just bring back Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett has far more experience than Kellen Moore. But then I would still leave Michael Barris. That would be like, what did Skip do in that little fake rant he did when the Cowboys lost to the Eagles? I'll be doing that as soon as you bring Garrett back. We need a balanced offensive mind. Exactly. We just need a good offensive. We need a good offensive coordinator, to be honest. We need a good, smart, young offensive coordinator. Maybe Ben Johnson's quarterback coach or Ben Johnson's wide receiver coach or somebody that's hooked up. Because Ben Johnson is not going to come to us in any fashion other than a head coach. But somebody that works with Ben Johnson, that is like his number one guy, that is like that's teaching the wide receivers everything or teaching the running backs everything, whoever's on that team. Because, you know, sometimes the tight ends are the passing game coordinator. Sometimes they're like big into the offense and like the right-hand man. So find out if that's the case and bring that person over as an offensive coordinator. Give them a promotion as offensive coordinator. Then you can hire a Vrabel or, I don't want to say a Belichick, but a defensive-minded coach, you know what I'm saying, to run that defense. But we need playmakers before we can do Michael Barris. We need playmakers before we can say anything about, you know, what this offense is going to be. We don't even know. I know I ain't going nowhere ignorant. Yeah, I do see that, Michael Barris. Not only that, you know, Jerry. I think a couple of years ago with Jerry's health, he slimmed down and he looked better. You know what I'm saying? Now he looks like he eats the junk food. What do you do? Put salt on his hamburgers, a cheeseburger, something like that. He looks like he eats junk food like daily or whatever, and it has just taken over he doesn't look great at all. My dad's on a diet now, looks better than Jerry. And they about the same age. But his mental is changing for real. He's combative. Like he goes off on you for no reason. Like an old man. You know what I'm saying? Like like the whole going off, what, we just tear the stadium down? Nobody said that, Jerry. Just block the sun. Just block the sun. Who raise your hand if you saw that pass. I'm sure it was earlier this season with the 49ers. I'm sure it was the 49ers. It might have been somebody else, but it was in Cowboy Stadium, and it was one of Dak Prescott's second interceptions. I'm sure it was and he threw it. And when you saw him throw it, you saw the sun just like bling, just like blam, right there, and it went over the receiver's head and it was an interception. And I was like, that's that sun again, because I know that stadium is like certain times the light is just horrible on the players. It's been that way. Salty McGriddles. Yeah, our coaching pool is so limited. So limited. So let's talk about Deion Sanders, since they wasted a whole 15-minute segment talking about Deion Sanders coming to the Cowboys. It would just be a show to me. If Deion came to the Cowboys, I think we would be an average football team to above average football. I don't think it takes us to a championship. I don't think Deion will take us to a championship. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to a championship, then you get the coaches that are affiliated with champions, the current champions in the NFL. Like you peel off from the Chiefs. You peel off, but the Chiefs was hard to peel off from. But you peel off from the 49ers. You peel off from the Lions. You peel off from all the teams that are winning right now. And then you incorporate their stuff into what you do. And then it's copycat league. And then you can get better. But I don't think you can just come from somewhere else into the NFL and have instant success. I mean, instant success, yeah, but once the tape get out on you, then they're going to shut you down. We need Lucas Devlin said we need a legit number 2. Put Cooks in. Yeah, Cooks need to go. Well, he's old. Just let Cooks go and get some young guys. We got a Mingo from Carolina. Just keep on getting young guys and until we find our guys. All right, y'all are going a little fast on me. Shango seems like we're not going to get tanked back for the rest of the season nor Bland. Yeah. So we should tank. Emo Jerry don't want to hear about the sun anymore. Yeah, I know he gets. I mean, to berate the radio host like he did and threaten his job, like you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not even supposed to have the energy like I'll fire you if you don't do what I want you to do. If you're not doing what I want you to do, in media. But that's how people are. The funny is, in no world is any team taking Sanders over Hunter. Oh, yeah. Travis is a player. Shador, I'm not sure about Shador. Shador has to go to the right place. Lucas says Deion Sanders cannot realistically coach a team that doesn't involve Shador. As a father myself, that would be nearly impossible. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything like that in the NFL. What's up, JJ? That makes sense. Jaja Binks said Deion Sanders. I remember him saying that he'll never coach in the NFL because the players aren't as hungry as they are in college. But since the NIL, I don't know. Yeah, Michael Barrett says Dallas is like 10 years behind on everything they copy. Exactly. They're not. This is a copycat league, and the Dallas Cowboys refuse to copy anybody. So on that term, Belichick is a possibility. Sanders is a possibility. Anybody outside of the Shanahan coaching tree, which I've always wanted somebody off the Shanahan tree. I think we'd be so good running a Shanahan offense, running play action, running that stuff that they run in San Francisco. I think we'd be so good. But that'll never happen. We should have kept Amari Cooper and got Henry. Guys, if one simple move, 2 simple moves. If we'd got either if we were aggressive and got Saquon Barkley, or if we got Henry in this offseason, this team would be totally different. Totally different. Not a Super Bowl team. Nope. But we'd be totally different than we are now. But Deion doesn't coach or no offense. He just the main thing is just attracting recruits because he's Deion. That's a good point, JJ. That's why I said I want somebody that's in the NFL that's actually doing stuff in the NFL. How do I feel about Nick Saban? Ignorant thing. How do I feel about Nick Saban? Jerry's not hiring a coach with a personality bigger than his. He's not. I said that yesterday, Calvin. I said you could imagine Deion Sanders coaching the Cowboys and we win a big game or lose a big game. It doesn't matter to Jerry. And all the reporters run right over to Deion and let Jerry just walk past them. That would destroy the narcissistic human that Jerry Jones is. It would not fit well with him at all. He tried it with Bill Parcells. He gave it his best shot with Bill Parcells. It just wouldn't do it. Dak's mobility is an issue. Do we get a quarterback for the future or ride it out? Hey, you signed him now unless we can get somebody to trade for him. I still want Dak out of here because I like Dak. I want him to have some kind of success in the NFL. It's not happening here. Jason Witten, the next coach, I like that. He'll just make us feel better. I don't know how well he is as a coach, Davian, but I like that. Yeah, Michael Barris, all those assistants together. Wow, that crew right there, get somebody from that crew. Get somebody from that crew. We're too proud for that, Michael Barris. No, Garrett, no. Jerry Henry would not be doing as good if he played for Dallas. Jerry is 100% correct. But he would clearly, by leaps and bounds, be the best running back we had. Easily. I don't know about Lincoln Riley, man. I hear a lot of people don't like him. That's true, Jerry. Deion is not one of the guys that hangs out in Dallas, that always comes back to Dallas and is considered a former Cowboy. Deion was considered a hitman. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, somebody just said it before you, Antron, about Jason Witten. I just like it. I know nothing about his coaching ability, but I like it. If we can't get a smart coach that knows what he's doing, I say draft a quarterback in the 4th round like a Jalen Milroe, Jalen Hurts vibes. Milroe's a monster. Yeah, I was wanting Hurts, but we do need a significant backup quarterback. We need a backup quarterback that can play right now and eventually take over for Dak. Your quarterback 4 is not going anywhere. No, Witten would be a yes man. You think so, Jay Recruiter? You think Witten would just like sit back and let Jerry? I don't know. I don't get that from him. What do I think of the son issues with CD? I think those son issues have been there for a long time. I just said it earlier. We threw an interception earlier this year because of that son. Jerry said it's to give you the feeling that you're outside when you're in the stadium. So things like that is when I tell you that him making money is more than him winning games, because the importance of everyone in that stadium feeling like they're outside is here. Making sure the players can throw and catch the football is up here. You know what I'm saying? So for him to like say this, making sure the fans feel like they're outside is the most important thing, means he's into the entertainment value rather than the sports value. And that's what I've been trying to say over and over and over and over and over. Jerry is an entertainer. He's built the whole Cowboys brand to make money and to entertain everybody. But he's not focused on the things that need to be done to actually win a Super Bowl. I was wanting Hurts so bad. Even if we did draft Hurts, and he was backup, it would have kept him out of the Eagles. Jerry's going to hire somebody he's known for the NFL for 20 plus years. Anyone under the age of 45 is cooked. Yeah. And say, oh, they've got experience. They got experience with 90s offense, like McCarthy. Darnell Shango called it Dak was going to go on IR. Yeah, this season seems so weird to me, Darnell. It seems so weird to me. I knew Dak was not going to play this entire season. If you knew that's I've said this a million times. When Dak didn't have a contract, I was yelling at him not to take a snap without a contract this season, because this season was going to be bad. Because this season he doesn't have a running game. He didn't have wide receivers. He didn't have an offensive line. He was going to have to run for his life, and he probably was going to end up getting hurt. That's what most of us said, not just me. That's what most of us said coming into this season. That was good. That's what I saw from Dak Prescott coming into this season. And that's exactly what happened. Nowhere to throw the ball, no wide receiver separation, getting killed from the offensive line, no running game whatsoever, and you expected to do everything. And something else they said yesterday. It was greeny because they were talking about how Dak Prescott has failed to elevate the Dallas Cowboys. That when you pay a quarterback, you're supposed to elevate them to win a Super Bowl, all that kind of stuff. Well, we're right here, okay, with Dak Prescott. We're right here. Without Dak Prescott, we're right here. So Dak Prescott actually does elevate the team from here to here. That's all he can do, guys. You can't elevate a team from here to here and then somehow elevate a team to the Super Bowl. That's one to elevate twice. So if you get the team to here, maybe the quarterback can take you over a little bit. But when the team sits down right here, and with the quarterback, it just goes to average to below average, there's no way that they're going to be able to make up that ground until you're at least an average team, an average to below average team without a quarterback. And that's what we need to be doing right here for the rest of the season. We need to see if we can become an average football team without a quarterback. And it can be done. Do I think most football players take steroids? I think they do everything they can inside of the rules, most of them. AT&T is a horror show. It is. I feel like Jerry Jones designed it to be a spectacle rather than a home field for the city. Exactly. He did. And none of this is malicious. None of this stuff is on purpose. None of this stuff is like it is just because he wants to make money, and his mentals surround making money, and he will do that. And it's just that his mentals don't surround actually fielding a great football team. Especially with McCarthy and his play calling, exactly. There's only one Mahomes, but MVP Dad. That's what I think one of them was saying. Even Mahomes did that. If Mahomes was dealing with the worst team in the league, would Mahomes be a Super Bowl quarterback? If Mahomes was on the team without no running game, without wide receivers, without offensive line, no. That he would take them to be like an average football team. They wouldn't suck. But there's no way that Patrick Mahomes can take a team from absolutely being the worst team in the league to be an average. And then when he gets them an average, takes them to the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen. Jaja said Dak hadn't elevated nothing in his entire career. That is such, Jaja, that is like, you just said a statement that is just hyperbole. The dude was rookie of, came in the league being rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. So he elevated that team. Because do you really think that team without Romo would have went anywhere without Dak Prescott? That first time he touched the football, he elevated his team. So I don't know what you're talking about. You got way too much Skip Bayless in you. You got way too much of this media stuff in you that criticizes every little thing that the Dallas Cowboys do. And it's not only Dak Prescott, it's everything. It's what we're doing with Parsons right now. So I hope you get my point now and don't think I'm just defending Dak. I'm defending all of that stuff because everything everybody does in Dallas, they fiend for it. And when they have some kind of meat, then they go on TV and they say, "Oh, this is horrible. You got to do this and you got to do it." It's just horrible. So we as fans got to stop taking this stuff in from them because we know today They spent 20 minutes talking about Deion coming to Dallas. They spent 20 minutes this morning talking about Deion coming to Dallas. That's not a subject right now. But they're just finding something to say about Dallas. It's all narrative driven. And the quarterback, look, I was a victim of it with Romo. They picked Romo apart. Everything Romo did, Romo had to be perfect, all this kind of stuff. And it made me angry at Romo a little bit too much than I should have been. So I understand where you are. But you have to understand with the Cowboys, if we bring Shedeur Sanders here, Shedeur Sanders better be perfect. Because the Cowboy fan base demand that of our quarterbacks. The media demands that of our quarterbacks. The Cowboys quarterback can't be like Matt Stafford out there and the Rams that plays a great game, then an average game, then throws a bunch of interceptions. You can't even do what Goff did. You can't even do it throwing those 5 interceptions in the game. They'll be ripping you apart. You can't do none of these stuff these other quarterbacks are doing in Dallas. So if Shedeur comes here, we want Shedeur. Y'all gonna rip Shedeur apart. The only quarterback I would even remotely suggest to come to Dallas Cowboys is Arch Manning. Because Arch Manning has a shield around him where you can't affect him. You can talk all the junk you want to talk about a Manning and you'll look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You can talk junk about Shedeur. You can talk junk about Cam or anybody else that's coming into college, but you ain't gonna talk junk about no Manning. So that's the only one that I see that could actually perform in Dallas because he has a Manning shield on him that talk junk about him. And next time you see Peyton, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Talk junk about him. Talk junk about him. Only one. Hey, it should have has perfect accuracy. He beat the Dallas. He better be perfect. He better have perfect accuracy. He better have perfect accuracy. Yeah, because Kobe. That's because Mahomes. They're trying to win in Kansas City. That's why they got Mahomes some help. It was obvious Mahomes needed help. Mahomes was suffering. Mahomes was one of the bottom quarterbacks. Because he would have definitely been the MVP of the season if he just an average quarterback with an undefeated team. But they saw the struggle and they went and got somebody from him. They don't do that in Dallas. You see Dak fanboys going crazy. I don't even know a Dak fanboy. This is stuff that's created by y'all because y'all listen to the media suit too much. I don't know. I haven't met a Dak fanboy in my life. What are y'all talking about? It's like you drive a narrative and you force just so you can say what you want to say. You force somebody to think the way you want them to think. Nobody's Dak fanboys. Romo had fanboys. Romo's fanboys are still here. But there's no Dak fanboys. I've never had nobody run up to me and say, man, Dak is the greatest. Man, Dak, I love Dak. I've never heard that. But y'all push that out there because it makes you feel better when you're taking them down because you need somebody to push them up. And you think I'm pushing them up, and I'm not. It's you and your stupid narratives. Why even talk about Shedeur? The only reason, exactly because he's Deion. I'm not going to talk anything bad about Shedeur because he did have a bad offensive line, and he has made some really incredible plays. So I don't. But I just do not think he will be able to. And there's reasons. I know for a fact, and some of you know what I'm talking about. I know for a fact Shedeur won't make it in Dallas. Do you know what I'm talking about? People, just give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Shedeur's not going to make it in Dallas. We're not going to. Deion said, we're not going to. Oh, no. What do I do that at? We're not going on. Jay Recruiter said he's a Dak fanboy. Okay, we got one. Man, shut up. Tank the season. Get the running back from Boise since Dallas loves Boise guys. I know. The next pick, get a lineman. Then the rest, use your money, bringing in real talent, and you'll be fine. My thing, man, shut up, is that I think that we should use our money, retool Dak's contract, retool CD's contract, get Micah signed, get all that in good formation, and then take the extra money and both lines, offensive and defensive lines. Because in my opinion, on the lines, you need experienced personnel. You can't go in the draft and get guys on offensive line. That's what I try to tell people all summer. You can't go in the draft and get offensive line and defensive line and throw them in and expect them to be good the next season. You know what I'm saying? And you need, if you're going to do that, if you're going to get some rookies and throwing them there, you better have some veterans in there to teach the rookies what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. Because that's hand-to-hand combat. That's not moves and stuff that you've been doing all your life. That's like men versus men. And when you get to the NFL, you're putting your hand on another grown man. And it takes a minute to figure that stuff out. So I would spend all the money on the trenches and getting the trenches fixed, and then load up on the draft with weapons on defense, corners, wide receivers, running backs, everything. Dak was Dak carried Mississippi. Dak was and I don't even think people know this, that Dak was a Heisman front runner. He wasn't just in the Heisman race. He was a Heisman front runner. And then I think Mariota surpassed him. But yeah, he was a beast in college. But he wasn't the same quarterback he is now in college. He was a running quarterback in college. He was a dual threat. He was totally different than he is now. D. Ware I like that. I like D. Ware's energy. One of my best times, one of my favorite times ever is when I was at Dallas Cowboy training camp, and D. Ware was coming through on his golf cart, and he saw me, and I don't know if he recognized me or I don't know what, but he pointed at me and went like that, and I was like, did D. Ware just? I lost it. So yeah, D. Ware, I love his energy. Kevin Lee says Jerry showed y'all he can't build a team of momentum from previous years. He had 2 offensive rookie candidates the same year, and nothing came from that. Yep. Oh, question for you: do you trade Tank Lawrence while you can? Yes, he's definitely a person that could be traded. I wouldn't trade Parsons because I don't think you'll get back what you give out for Parsons. I still think you can put people around Parsons and use Parsons correctly, but right now we're using Parsons wrong. Swazi, not like he will get in Dallas. Nope. I'm sorry. He would not. Every decision has to be perfect when you're quarterbacking the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry, bringing back Will Grier. I don't care, man. Sadiq, it's like Cooper was so bad, and I had just started saying nice things about Cooper Rush. I was an anti-Cooper Rush person for a long time. And just this year, I was like, I have faith in Cooper Rush. And then that happened. Yeah, you gotta put him and Overshown together, man. DJ Jamil. You gotta get a real defensive line. You can't just be keeping getting players that have Jordan Phillip types players and old defensive ends that never panned out and all that kind of stuff. We have to get a real defensive line and then put Parsons behind that. I draft wide receivers, man. Shut up. I draft wide receivers just because of that contract, and all you need somebody that can catch the ball and run. Wide receiver, to me, wide receiver is easier NFL transition than running back, and running back is typically the easiest. So yeah, every position that's an easy transition, an easier transition. Linebacker is an easy transition. Running back's an easy transition. Wide receiver is an easy transition, and safety is pretty easy transition. So those positions, I want to go heavy on the draft and get somebody that you think can come in and make that easy transition. You know what I'm saying? And fit what we do. But yeah, I want to draft all those skill positions. Only people should have needed leads on. They say that's what I just said. MVP Dad, we definitely got to get this safeties out of there. Look, man. I don't know what. There's no way, Kevin Lee. There's no way in the world if I was Dak Prescott. It must be really nice being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, because to have most of the fan base hating you, most of the fan base wanting you gone, and most of the fan base blaming everything on you. Why would you want to willfully put yourself in that situation? I do not know. I in the back of my mind, I was hoping he would go somewhere else and just let us retool and go through whatever HE hockey sticks we're going to go through. But he made the choice to go through the HE hockey sticks with us. Because like I said, I'm a person that don't believe the quarterback fixes the team. I believe the team fixes the quarterback. Ultimate team sport, football is. And a quarterback will not have success if the team is trash. And he chose to come to a team that's trash beyond the field. The roster is trash. But then the organization is also trash. We don't even believe we getting all these draft picks or whatever. I'm not into the draft picks as much as I am winning. Why? Because I don't trust these guys are going to do the right thing with the draft pick. You remember when we had the number 5 pick overall and we drafted Mo Clay without working out Mo Clay, without doing adequate research on Mo Clay? Oh my, he's the next Dion and he's dropping. Oh no, let's take him. That's what the Dallas Cowboys did. I think Dak understood that with a new family. He doesn't want to move away or go to a new place. Yeah. Like I said, I would never work as a kid, and to this day, whatever. I don't care what kind of check Jerry Jones puts in front of my face. I would never work for a human being like that. Ever. I will make it on my own. I will break my back out there doing something in a more honorable way than work for a person like that. So it just, ugh. I'm open to trading down for more picks. Yeah, if the situation is back. Yeah, that seems safer to me, Kobe, than getting another Mo Claiborne. Terrence Steele is so bad. Man, shut up. Did you see him trying to recover the fumble? It's just like he made the play look stupid with him falling and rolling over. Just dive onto the football. They taught us that in Little League. Yell fire and dive on the football. Nobody said, I don't remember a coach ever saying, when it's a fumble, you got to pick that ball up and run with it. I've never heard a coach say that in my entire life. And I played, I don't know how many years of football, 6, 7, 8. What's it? 9. O-line and free agency, DE and free agency, DT. D-Lin, Mr. Pokemaster. DT2. We need to get a real defensive tackle. That might be the first thing we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll still the DE isn't as important because we don't need a pass rushing DE. We need like a physical DE that can hold up against the run, because we at any time can send 11 or Overshown to the quarterback, 11 or 13 to the quarterback, and they'll get that like that. So the monster Bosa, Myles Garrett type defensive end we don't need, but we do need a Chris Jones type defensive tackle, and that's the one time I was really excited last season is when Chris Jones was on the block where he could have moved from Kansas City. And there was rumors of him coming to Dallas. And if we had Chris Jones in the middle of our defense, that's one thing that would just change everything. I mean, he makes plays when they need to be made. So, yeah, that's what we need. Real people on the line on offense, and we need real players on the line on defense. And then you can go get skill players. I mean, and it's not particularly any skill player, but you can go get skill players, and those skill players will be able to get off because the line is doing their dirty work for them. It's the ultimate team game, guys. Ultimate team game. Yeah, a Tank can go. We can use him for one of those, and then use that money for a couple of guys, or use Tank's money to get somebody as a defensive tackle. But we just need defensive tackle in a bad way. Again, the reason why we need it in a bad way because we missed in the draft on Mozzie. It's so hard for me to say we need to tank so we can get a better draft pick when we just tanked or just missed on Mozzie. I mean, we need a defensive tackle in a bad way, and our first round pick ain't even close to ready. Yes, Michael Barris, we are misusing Micah. I do. I think he should be running all over the place like Overshawn. He's got the ability to be running all over the place like Overshawn. They can be a duo that we've never seen before. Like both of them can play middle linebacker. I take this side of the field, Overshawn, you take that side of the field. And if anybody gets past the people in front of us, they'll kill them. Yes, that Michael Barris. I'll end on that because I'm late. I got to go take the kids to school. But Michael Barris said, DT, we need a DT. Is this stream from 2010? Yes. I just made my beard a little gray. All right, that was a good one, Michael Barris. All right, guys, I'll see you. Y'all guys, have a good day. Oh, good. Oh, there it is.